Welcome to the Thanksgiving hostility weekend. It is Saturday, the 15th, and I am hitting the road and heading toward Madison, Wisconsin, where there's a card show, a decent sized one, and I'm kind of hoping to be able to pick up a couple things that I've a while back to get graded, and actually have a couple things to drop off to get graded. So that's the scoop on that. So I thought I'd bring you along for the ride north. It's going to be about a 40-minute ride or so. We can check, talk smart, do whatever we want to do, because we can. At the same time, we'll see how the drivers are this morning on the hostility weekend. I wanted to be there when it opened at 9, but I had something I had to mail out at the post office from eBay, so needed to get that out and about. So that's the scoop. We're getting on I-39 and 90. We've got about a 35-45 minute drive up to Madison. We might even go live during the show. So we're definitely going to shoot some footage that we may go live as well. So that's the plan anyway. We'll see how it all works out. And since deer season is on, we're going to have to keep an eye out for deer skis. Seen quite a few in the last few days, so there is that. All right, we'll see how all this plays out. Should have some ride up, and I see our troopers are out and about, so that's cool. Would be. That's why we have cruise control. Well, keep an eye on the field. See if we see any deer skis. See how the ride up goes. I'm hoping it should be pretty decent. So we shall see. My question is, since I didn't go earlier, what's the parking lot going to be like there? Is that the Sheridan Hotel in Madison on Nolan Drive. Easy to get to, I just don't know what the parking lot is going to be like. I thought about setting up there, but I wasn't sure what my schedule was. Originally, I was going to be on the road today heading east, but instead, that looks like it's going to get put off for a week. So, at least that's what the plan is at the moment. God knows I can change. So here we go. We are off and running. It's a balmy 30 degrees here in Wisconsin this morning. Hey, I'm going to the Madison card show up in Madison. It's at the Sheridan Hotel on Nolan Drive. I'm hoping I've got a couple things to pick up from the person who does the submissions. I actually have a really cool 8x10 press photo from the what year is it? It's actually of Judge Landis at opening day. That's a pretty cool photo. So, hoping he's got that back from, I think that went into PSA. And then I have, I've got a card, and I don't even remember which card I left with him to get graded at this point. I actually don't know. But I have, what do I have? I've got like 4 or 5 cards with me to put in today. So, as you saw from the thumbnail, I've got some of my Civil War cards that I had found of Lee and Grant. And then I've got 2 others that have blank backs. So I just wanted to see if those are reprints or those Allen and Gittner blank backs, because it's hard to tell. The other ones are from Kinney. Those are 1889s. So I'm going to be curious to see what we find at the show. And all that good stuff. See what else is going on up there. I have missed the last, between Illinois and Wisconsin, I've missed probably about 5 card shows. I'm hoping I can grab a table at the show on, I think it's the 17th. That is in Wisconsin. I'm going to be out east shooting on the 15th. And I'm hoping if I can get a head start Friday night and start heading back, I can be back here sometime. Otherwise, it'll just be kind of a complete disaster the last few months trying to shows. So that's the skinny. We might, if I can do that show on the 17th, I may go live at the show. That's a huge possibility. So we will see what happens. I'm going to let cruise control take over here. So we're about 20 miles from Madison, probably about 25 from where we're heading. Yep, I do. I live right over the state line. About an hour and a half from Chicago, but I'm over the state line. And then within my living rules, I'll have to be within 2 hours of any major airport. So I fit all those rules. I can get to Milwaukee, I can get to O'Hare. And if I really want to torture myself, I can go to Midway. But with all the craziness going on in my scheduling, I've been driving everywhere. So when I head east, I'll be in the motor vehicle, the rental chariot. Hey, where are you people going in a hurry? Everybody going to the card show? What the hell? I gotta put my glasses. I can't read the chat very well. With the other device here. Of course. Doesn't make get a reader. Let me get a reader. Oh, the Dells, yep. It tells us Dells actually used to have a really good card show, and I don't know if they've had one this fall. They had a pretty sizable one. So I just don't know if they've actually had it yet or not. I haven't seen any advertising for it. Madison has one once a month. And then there's one in Janesville once every 2 months, worst case. There's actually quite a few in the state. I'd like to hit the one up in Green Bay. There's one outside of Milwaukee. And then there's a few in Illinois. The people that do the Janesville show also do Rockford by St. Charles, which is a pretty good show, I guess. I missed that one, of course. Oh yeah, definitely a tourist city. That whole area during summer I just avoid like the plague. It's like a lot of places I avoid. Like I have clients up by Boston, and I love Cape Cod, but I will not drive there in summer, not even a little. So I try to book either fall or spring when I'm going up to Boston. When I go up to Boston, I like to drive up, and I just stay on Cape Cod for a night or two. Try to photograph up there. Then you can get around the island very quickly. During the summer, it's just a catastrophe. Well, we're quiet on the deer skis at the moment, which is good. Out photographing the other night, on Thanksgiving actually, getting the sunset at lake. It wasn't dark yet, and I heard a shotgun go off. But I had seen quite a few deer on the way out to the lake, so I knew I'd see them on the way back. Sure enough, standing on the road. Definitely looks like winter around here now. No leaves and sticks everywhere. Hardly any traffic on the road, and I happen to be in the one pack that there is. So come on now. Ridiculous. That's what I'm watching for, deer skis. Checking the fields as I'm driving up, making sure we don't have any around. That's a little better. Card show, let's see. card show's up in Madison, so now it's only about, I think I'm down to the 20-mile mark, 25 miles. So I'll be there in about 25 minutes. I'm gonna, first thing I do when I get there is I'm gonna drop off my submissions, see if my stuff is there, and then put it back in the car if it is. Then I'm gonna go through the show and get some footage of the show, share that, walk around, see some of the vendors that I know, see kind of what's happening. No, not bad at all, actually. And you know, as much as I drive, I don't care how far away it is. I would have been there at 9 or probably even before that, but I wanted to get a package off at the post office this morning. So I figured it would be awful. Like yesterday, and I get there and they tell me there was no lines at the post office at all yesterday. Figures. But not going to make a huge difference on my purchases today. So I actually have something that I have my eye on at an antique mall back in, it's right on the Maryland-Pennsylvania border. I kind of have passed it up a couple times. I just didn't feel like I had the cash flow to pick it up. So we'll see what happens now when I go back. I'm going to be that way sometime in the next couple of weeks. So I'm going to keep my fingers crossed. It's still there. I did a pretty cool thing that did get sold there. They had a couple of crystal decanters that were in a box. It was part of the captain's box. And it was on a ship that came over in the late 1700s. But there was a hairline fracture in one of the bottles. And my concern was, would it make the ride back here without further getting damaged? I was really concerned about that. So I didn't pick it up when I saw it. Kind of wish I had, because the price is pretty reasonable. It'd be very cool. I'm going to go back to your comment away. Hang on a second here. See if I can read this a little better. I'm working on a system so when I'm on the road I can put my tablet out and actually see the stream on the tablet so I can see the comments a lot easier. This will make it much easier. I can actually read now. What a concept. Actually, shows are all doing pretty well. They're getting quite a few people. And they haven't really slowed down. I'll be curious to see how the one on the 17th will be that I'm going to try to do. Yeah, I got to tell you, the crystal stuff in the box was very cool, and the history behind it, which is why I liked it. When I was there a couple weeks ago, I couldn't find it. I kind of knew the booth where it was at, and I had to go ask somebody, did they get sold? And they weren't sure, but they came back before I left, and they go, yeah, someone had picked them up a few weeks before. So, you know, it's one of those things where if you think you want it, you should probably buy it. It's just, you never know. It's kind of like this other item that I'm looking at there. It's a complete set of plates, not dinner plates, but printing graphics, actually, from 1900 of Charles Dickens and all his, they're about 8 by 10, 8.5 by 11 size. And I'm trying to find it in pristine shape in the original box. The paper doesn't sell, but it's very cool. And it's like from all his different writings. So I want to see if it's still there when I go back. You watch. It better be there. So sometimes I like to get those items. It's kind of like I did with my boxing cards when I was really trying to get that Mecha set, or the 210s from 1909. I pretty much got the set. I was like, all right, I'm done. Let's move them on. Well, I actually did. I got back the biggest cards of the set. They were graded, and I turned them around like within a few hours. So I was find something else to go collect. That's kind of how I do it sometimes. So it'll be interesting. I'm really hoping the photo's back from PSA, because it should be a Type 1, because they took the photo of Judge Landis at opening day, and the photo was produced the next day. I see coppers ahead. Let's see what we got here. Great, now you're going to come on my lane. Pal. So I'm hoping it looks good in the frame, because I actually have the teletype from the newspaper with all the info about the game and everything else. It's pretty sharp. And I actually purchased it from someone in the Landis family. So there was a chance meeting, actually. So I learned a lot more about the judge, the first commissioner of baseball, which I actually had been doing some background check. At one point, I was trying to get all the signatures from every commissioner of baseball, and he was the one I couldn't find. And now I have all the access I need to it. That's how it goes. Oh, come on, pal. Don't be a Richard. It is the hostility weekend. That's why I'm glad I'm not going back east this weekend. Get these people off the road. So I don't know. Anything you would look for at the show? Let me know in the comments. I think this is the last Madison show before the new year. I don't think they're doing another one. Stop at the casino. Not. Casinos are not what they used to be. There are some in Toronto. Isn't there one big show that goes on in Toronto? If I recall, there is. That'd be kind of fun to do, because Toronto's actually pretty easy to get to from New York. You just drive upstate, and maybe a few hours, but it's not that big of a deal. All right, let's try not to take this curve at 3 million miles an hour. It's not Formula One. Is it? Yo, Sith, what's happening? Well, Sith, you're on for the back end of the ride here. Not too far away from the kart show here. Glad to see you're up and about. Hope you had a good Thanksgiving. So we're just pulling into, I'm 5 minutes away from the right shoulder block. Of course it is. Welcome to Madison, Wisconsin. Yeah, I saw there was a lot of Thursday streams going on in the morning. I was going to do it in the evening, but I decided to go out to the lake and try to get sunset. But it actually turned out to be a really good call to do. I think I just started streaming some of the live shoots. I'll be curious to see how this parking lot looks like when I get up there. See who's hungover and who's not. Alright, let's see here. Yeah, there's some pretty crazy football games on Thursday. I thought the Packers were going to run away with that first game. But then, of course, they only, scored 6 points or 9 points the rest of after the first double screen. That's how I do it. I have 2 screens, and I usually have 1 split screen, so I have 3 things going at once. Just enough to keep it. They did. I really thought they were going to kick the crap out of them, to be honest, though. I mean, if they would have just kicked a field goal instead of trying to go for that 4th down, they would have been up, 4 scores in the first quarter? Crazy. Yeah, see, that's the thing. You get everybody going live at once. It's a little crazy. That's why I thought this morning would be a good idea to stream on the way up to the card show. I may try to stream when I get into the show, but we'll see how it goes. We shall see. Never cross the streams. Isn't that Ghostbusters? Don't cross the streams? Hey, we could go to Rimrock Road. There you go. Oh, cool. All right, I'll jump on with that one at 9, right? All right. Wait, is that 9 Eastern? I keep my computer on Eastern time and my other stuff on Central time. It just confuses the hell out of me half the time. All right, cool. So 8 o'clock. Doctor Who is on. Yeah, the premiere or the 60th anniversary of Doctor Who's on. But I'm going to have to try to catch that through BBC. Because otherwise you got to do it on Disney. And I'm not doing Disney. Many things can you stream. Alright, let's see what the old parking lot looks like here at the Sheridan. Let's pick a lane to drive in too. And it took less time than I thought to get here. And surveys. Alrighty. Welcome to the cluster. That is going to be the card show, it looks like. Now let's see what the side lot looks like here. If I was in New York yet living, I'd pull that spot. All right, let's see what we can find here. Well, if you have any doubt whether the card shows are doing any good, here's your answer. They're doing fine. All right, we have found, let me show you something real quick, once we get parked. All right, let's see if we can, Oh yeah, packed, isn't it? So that answers the question whether there's any space here. So let's see. I don't know how good these are going to show. Here's what I'm bringing for grading. You can't really see them. I'll go sideways. Nah, that's a Jack Dempsey tobacco card. These are the big guys. These are my Civil War. It's Lee on the left, General Grant on the right from 1889. Let's see. These are from Kinney. These are probably going to grade authentic because of the paper loss on the back, but that's okay. Then I came up with these, which these are the correct. There we go. This is the correct color they should be. These are probably repos. We'll see how that goes. So we'll be, yeah, you know, and actually, Lee couldn't hit a curveball, and I think Grant was using roids. That's just my hint on that. Actually, somewhere I have another card, but these are blank on the back. So these could be repos, or they could be Allen and Gittner blank backs. And so that's why I'm sending them into SGC. I just want to make sure. So the first two are definitely authentic, and I imagine that's the that's what they're going to come back at, which is fine. So that's the scoop. That's what I'm taking to get graded. And then I'm going to pick up my Judge Landis photo. That should be PSA graded. And I've got a card in here, but I can't tell you what it is. So hang tight. I'll be probably stream on the way back. And I may stream live inside a little bit depending on what's going on. So thanks for coming up. Don't forget to smash that like button. We will catch you later in the day. We'll see you on the Spine Ticks tonight. Thanks. I'll let you know what I find. I'll let you know what I pick up too. Have a great morning, everybody. Take care and keep that coffee going. Ciao.